question number 51, and it's asking us to use properties of logarithms to condense the logarithmic expressions. Then write the expression as a single logarithm whose coefficient is 1, and where possible, evaluate logarithmic expressions. So let's go ahead and go over our properties of logarithms. Our first property is going to be the product property. And that is where you have a log base b of any number m times any number n. And this is broken down as log base b of m plus log base b of n. With product property, you always want to make sure that you add the logs. Now our second property is going to be the quotient property. And this is where you have a log base b of any number m divided by any number n. And this is broken down as log base b of m minus log base b of n. With quotient property, you always subtract the logs. Now our last property is going to be the power property. And this is where you have a log base b of any number m raised to any number n. And this is expanded as n log base b of m. Now that we have our properties written out, let's go ahead and look at our given logarithmic expression and condense it. So looking at it, we can see already that we have a term in front of our first logarithmic expression. So, since there is a term, let's go to our properties and evaluate. When they're expanded, the product property does not fit that yet. The quotient property does not fit it. But the power property does have a term in front of it. So we know that this term is going to follow the power property first. So we know that they got the n in front of the expression by bringing down the exponent. So we know that our 1/2 has to be brought back into an exponent form. So we're going to rewrite this as log base 9 of x to the 1/2 power. Let's bring down this log expression plus log 9 of y. So we remember that any number raised to a fraction with a 1 in the numerator is going to be, and a 2 in the denominator, is going to be a square root, because the term in the radical is always raised to the first power, and if not otherwise stated, the radical has a 2 right here. So this is actually going to be rewritten as log base 9 square root of x plus log base 9 of y. So we can see that this is addition between the two terms. And looking back at our properties, we know that the product property has addition between them. So since it's addition, that means the two terms are multiplied by each other, meaning x and y are multiplied by each other because they have the same base. So since we know it's product property, it's going to be rewritten as log base 9. I'm going to go ahead and put a parenthesis so we know how to separate them, of y multiplied by the square root of x. And since there's nothing further to condense or evaluate, we know that this is the final answer because it has a coefficient of 1 and there's nothing else to condense or evaluate. So this is your final answer.